So if you have a material with the same name in a family that exists in a project and you load them in, the project is always going to win. Oh, so it was Ron Simmons, who's a newer member. Ron, he's not here today, but so the specific question he was talking about was a family parameter, a fan that had a bunch of nested families in it, and he was trying to be able to modify some of these materials, and then eventually get out to twin motion, but trying to modify the materials in Revit and running into a whole bunch of roadblocks. And so a couple things I wanted to talk about were the idea of how materials work from family to project, and then also the idea of how materials work from nested families. I think it's a good little thing to jump into. So, and I don't know if I have one in here, but I'm sure there's something in here that has
Totally, especially
materials.
once it gets into the model, it's kind of stuck in the model or the project.
Yes. Yes. So let me see if I can.
I've been down this road. I love where you're going with this.
so we'll use, I guess we use this bathtub, which is the out of the box bathtub from Revit, right? This is the wall hosted bathtub, right? So when I select it, you can see it's called porcelain ivy, but it's a material parameter, right? It has a parameter called tub material. So and I think I talked about this even in the family creation course, the idea of material parameters and why it's important to pretty much have them on all of your, whenever you're building a family, just I'll always use material parameters as well, right? You should never build a family and apply a material in the family editor to call it a day. And so, and I'm going to show you exactly why. So I'm in this family here. And so if I select these objects, thankfully it's all Revit objects. So I'll just didn't screw that part up. If I go here, you'll notice that the material for this is assigned to that tub material parameter. If I go to none, it's not assigned anymore, but it does have, it has a material applied to it. So, for those that haven't watched the course and don't know how to make a material parameter, there's a couple ways you can do it, but you can create a new parameter from this view here, which is the family types dialog. So you can just say create new parameter. You can make it a material for the type, or when you're selecting an object here, there's the ... this ellipse here, which is associate family parameter. You can go in here and you can create a new one here, and it already knows that it's a material because that's where you're creating it from. But what happens if you don't do this? So first I'm going to talk about if you don't do it, and then I'll talk about what happens when you nest families. So if I just went in here and I said, okay, I want this guy to be, I'm just going to assign a material to it, right? So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to create a brand new material, and I'm going to call it bathtub test. Okay, and this material, for the sake of argument, we're going to make it orange or magenta, okay, in shaded view. Okay, so now this part, because it was joined, these two things got the bathtub test. Okay, they're not associated to a parameter. They just have a material applied to them. Okay, so if I load this into the project for the first time and the material called bathtub test does not exist, we're fine. Okay. However, I need to know what that is in order to change it in the project. So you need to go through the material editor or edit it and look at it to try and figure out what it is. So that's on the project level, that sucks. But what I think was it Ron? Sorry, I think it was Ron. What Ron was running into is if that material exists in your project already. So if I go in here now in this project and I hit this guy, I type BX on my keyboard, which is a section box. I don't know if you guys know that, but if you select an object and you hit BX, it section boxes around that object. So if I go in here into a shaded view and I add a material to this project called bathtub test. So now I'm in the project view. I go here and I rename it and I say bathtub test. In this one, I'm going to make, let's do blue. Okay, and then in here, well, it doesn't matter if I assign it here. So now, if I take this family and I load it in, load into project. We're going to get versions because, you know, it's already in the project. And then I go to 3D. You'll notice it's blue, not pink. That's because the material already existed in the project. So if you have a material with the same name in a family that exists in a project and you load them in, the project is always going to win. So even if you have a material parameter assigned, right, it doesn't matter if you, but if you have the same name, the project name, the project material is always going to govern. So the material parameter helps you to be able to change that, right? To obviously I didn't assign it to something when you're in here. But right now, if I look at this, I'm like, oh shit, why is this blue? I don't know why it's blue. I can't figure it out. I go to edit type. You can't see it in here. The only way to know what parameter was assigned to that geometry is to edit the family and select that geometry, right? So that's reason one why you need to assign material parameters to your objects. Even if you assign a material parameter to this, and I said, you know, bathtub test. I'm messing with my own bathtub. Okay. Bathtub test here. Say, okay. It doesn't matter. It's still going to be blue, but now I have the ability to change it, right? It's still blue because the project governs, but at least now I have the ability to see what it is, see why it didn't change, and so on and so forth. So that's part one. And I think that's what was happening on a couple objects for Ron is whether you have material parameters or not, if you have a material in a family and the same material exists in a project, glass is a perfect example. It happens to everybody, right? Glass exists in your project always, right? It's a default material and you usually change it. Maybe you want a blue tint, maybe you want a green tint, whatever it is. Then you bring in a family and the glass material exists in the family editor. And maybe you want it to be a solid white or frosted glass or something. You better duplicate and rename it in the family because if you bring it into your project, guess what? It's inheriting the project class. It's not going to use anything you did in the family environment. I can go in the family environment all day long and change this thing from magenta to clear to whatever I want. Unless I change that name, that material, that actual material, not going to happen. So then as far as nested materials are concerned, the same thing applies with nested materials if they're not assigned, if they're assigned, but there's no parameter. So even if you're four objects deep, if that material name exists in your project and it's four families deep in the nest, it's still going to inherit the project material. So again, just the reason why you want to have material parameters. If you're using nested materials, the other thing that you'll find on a lot of content you download is maybe that nested material with parameter was not carried through. So for someone not familiar with that process, it actually, you're trying to figure out how the hell do I change this material? I can't figure it out because you have to go into edit family, edit family, edit family, edit family. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to open, or actually, I'll insert load a family here. I'm going to insert a family into this family, which is nesting family for those who aren't familiar with that term. And I'm going to insert a valve in here. This is all architecture. Do it. No. Let's see. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll just put in utilities for now. I was going to try and find a faucet or something, but that's not worth the effort. Okay, so now if I place this, so this thing now is nested in here, right? We're going to pretend like this is our part of our tub now. It's a gravity-fed bathtub. Check it out. You dump it right in there. Beautiful. So now this guy exists in our family, right? And we can load this into our project, right? But if we click this, you'll notice there's no material parameter, right? And that was good luck that it didn't have it. So whatever material has been assigned to this, that's what it's stuck with. And that's going to get carried through. And then if it's one that exists in the project, it's going to inherit the project ones. So if I go and I edit this now, so now I'm in two families deep. This is a nested family. So this guy is nested in the tub, and the tub and the sink are going to get loaded into the project. If I click the geometry, not the void, if I click the geometry, you'll notice there is actually a material parameter assigned, which is great. So they do have a sink material and a stand material. And so if I load this into the project now, I have the ability to change it, right? And actually, I'll do that just for fun. So if I load this into the project on its own, why does it keep going to the non-3D? I just want to load into it. So if I load this on its own, I can go in here and I can actually assign the materials, right? However, if I load it from as a nested family, so I'm gonna load this into the project now, screw up all my bathtubs, right? So there it is there, but guess what? I have no way, I can't select it separately, right? If I go in here, there's no sink material, there's no way to modify it. So what you need to do is you need to carry the materials through when you're nesting. So if I go back to this one and I select this sink, if I go to edit type, I can actually now take these parameters and I can carry them through into this family. So I click associate. I have to make a new parameter for it. We'll call it, what I don't know, what's that, sink? Which one was that? Sink, we'll just say sink top and sink bottom. I don't know what that was. So I click OK here. Now notice this thing is now gray and has the equal. I'm going to do the same here. And this is sink for now. Okay. So now these are associated to a parameter in this family. And now if I load them into my project and I go to edit type, you'll see I can actually now assign the sink of material. So now I can take bathtub test and assign it to that guy and it'll turn blue, right? So if you're nesting, similar to if you're nesting and you want to bring dimensions through, materials are the same. So if it's 3 or 4 deep, let's say there was a faucet in this sink that was also nested. Guess what? You have to pull that parameter into the sink as a family parameter. Then you have to pull it into the tub, and then you pull it into your project. So you're carrying all that parameter information down the line into your project. And so when it comes to the materials, those are kind of the two things I think that'll help Ron and hopefully just in general help people. That's kind of why I wanted to riff on it a little bit. The first one is the fact that if you have the same material in a family and in a project, the project settings are always going to override them when you load it in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And then if you're nesting families, you want to make sure that you carry the materials through all the layers of the nest. And then you also want to make sure that you're always assigning material parameters to geometry so that you have the ability to change them in the project and not have to always edit families to do that.
Does it only work in the type or can that be done with the instance?
Same,
parameter
doesn't
as
matter.
well?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
You still have to carry it through.
Right.
So whether it's instance, I was just using types, but whether it's instance or type, I think if it's an instance, it has to be carried through as an instance all the way through. I don't think you can like have an instance loaded into a family and then in that family, assign it to a type. I don't think you can do that. Maybe you can. I don't think so though. Maybe there's,
want to.
but either way, yeah. But yeah, so it doesn't matter instance or type. It's just the idea is that you need to be able to carry that through in order to access it. And the other thing is that whole idea of the project that always gets people, especially with things like glass and very typical materials. You can set up all the lovely stuff that you want in your family. So the way around that is, if you download a family that has a material that's overriding with your project, you have to edit that family and you have to duplicate the material, rename it something unique, and then load that family back in, and then you'll be okay, right? But that's usually, and of course, if you don't nest everything right, that can be a challenge, right? If you're four levels deep of a family, it might take you opening 3 files to get to click the object to assign the material to it, as opposed to carrying the parameter all the way through. So yeah, I wanted to riff on that because that was way too much to type in a response to Ron. Plus, I think it's probably a quality video for a lot of people because I know that it definitely burns people all the time. And in the family creation course, I do talk about this and I do show you how to carry nested families and carry nested parameters down the line, but in a very specific. And then, of course, if you're going out to Twinmotion, it's going to use that family name to pull it out. And so you want to be able to have that family name associated with the right geometry.